Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patch Notes, Season 2, Episode 9. I am the person in the middle, Spinozone. To my right, your left, is Wolf Clock, and to my left, your right, is Vindy, and we have a show for you.
Wow, Spino's on it today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little warm in here.
It is.
That's because you're so hot, Vindy.
I just alley-ooped that one up,
Mm-hmm.
and you just went...
Mm-hmm. I spiked it, because that's what you do in the same sport as alley-ooping.
I'm playing a new game.
Nope.
Are you? Does it rhyme with Beer's Wedge?
It does. Mirror's Edge.
Oh my
How
God,
did you know that?
Yes.
I'm pretty much a Ouija board.
That's pretty incredible.
You can touch me. And
the Steam Summer Sale is on.
Yes.
And
When are you just going to get Game Pass?
Huh?
When are you just going to get Game Pass?
the Steam Summer Sale were the games that I can own for $3.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
Do you not watch Netflix because you can't own them?
All right, small
That's
tangent.
so interesting that you
No,
were so
it's good.
principled like
It's
that.
actually really good. All right, everyone, TED Talk time. I want to watch Dune.
Okay.
I want to watch the first Dune
Yeah.
and the second Dune.
In theaters.
Well, yeah, but I want to watch them again.
Mhm.
And right now, I can't watch the first Dune because they only had part 2 on Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, they only had part 1 on Netflix until 2 came out. And they're like, yeah, we're going to pull this now. Why?
Because HBO.
I used to
right?
think
Yeah,
collecting
I think
movies
HBO has
was dumb
Mhm.
because I never watch movies more than twice.
Yeah.
But I am now changing my mind, and I'm going to go back and buy the 5 best movies from each year, starting in 1980,
That's a lot of movies.
Yes.
Holy man.
but only 5, and I will stick
On
to that.
Blu-ray?
Yep,
Yeah.
4K Blu-ray. And I'm going to build up that collection, and then I'm going to do mandatory Monday movie nights or something like
Wow.
that.
Mandatory.
Because I
100
used to
plus
have my
movies.
theater, and honestly, I can't deal with the 5.8 megabit compression
Yeah.
streaming that I've been getting.
Not to mention, then you have your movie forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like, I just want my theater room back. I was just thinking about it like this whole weekend. I just been in a movie mode, but I don't want to watch anything because my hardware is getting in the way.
Mm.
And I hate when hardware gets in the way.
Ooh, what do you mean by hardware?
Like, I'm watching it on streaming and not on a physical media, but then I have to go out and buy a $150 Blu-ray player, and then I got to go buy all the movies right now, and I don't want to do it right now.
Yeah.
So I just didn't
Do you ever play
watch it at
your
all. I just sat
PC
there and
on
be
your big
miserable.
screen?
Huh?
Do you ever play your PC on your big screen?
My PC on my big screen? No. I've done it before just to test it out, but no. I have an OLED monitor.
Get a PlayStation then.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a PlayStation Pro for Christmas.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyways,
There's so many possible transitions to other topics.
Really?
Yeah.
that was a side topic.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for coming to
Mirror's
Aaron's
Edge.
TED
How was
TED
that?
Talk.
So, Steam Summer Sale.
Yep.
I got there's Shadows of Mordor, and what's the other game? What's the newest one?
Ooh, I don't remember.
There's the two Lord of the Ring.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
I own
side quests.
Shadows.
Yeah. Yep.
I barely played any of it, but
Yeah.
I know I want to go through it at some point in my life. And then the newest one with every single DLC
Mm-hmm.
was like over $200
Everyone
or
says the first
whatever.
one's better.
I got it for $7.
Nice.
Dang, that's pretty nice.
So I got all of that, and it's now the largest game in my library at a whopping 148 gigabytes
That's kind of nutter butter.
for
Yeah.
one title.
Right.
That's not COD. Because
Yeah, I
COD
was
has
thinking-
multiple install packages. Technically,
Yeah.
you could trim COD down. A lot of people probably don't know that.
Yeah.
But this is one game. That's a single player game. Is 148 gigabytes.
Mhm.
Sheesh. And then Mirror's Edge. I
Yep.
picked that up for $4, which is 6 gigabytes. The math per gigabyte of data isn't really working out there for. Have either of you played Mirror's Edge?
I did.
Oh, you both have. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. I beat the first level, the first section of the first level. I was really impressed that this game was 2009. This game was way ahead of its time in 2009.
Yeah.
Resolution does not scale right at all.
Oh,
Like at 2K, it doesn't. It still looks like 720p.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is phenomenal, and I see why it has a cult following. I've heard of this game forever,
Mhm.
and I know there's a newer game that released in the last 10 years that's like you can wall run in it. You have like a samurai blade.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one's called. That got very popular because it was inspired by Mirror's Edge.
Well, and so was Titanfall, which is the precursor to Apex.
Right.
Yep.
But the parkour actually feels pretty natural.
Mhm.
I like when you do a somersault, how the camera actually flips with you like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was kind of trippy.
And gets people motion sick,
Yeah.
Yeah. which is why you don't see it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never got like motion. I don't know. I don't
Some
get
people
motion
do.
sick from screens though, so
That's fair.
I just get annoyed with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is great, and I'm like, holy crap! I mean, I just can't believe how when this game came out, I'm gonna go back and watch if there are any video reviews of people going, this game is way ahead of its time,
Yeah.
or if they even realized it was, because yeah, seems pretty solid. So I'm gonna try to beat it. So I played probably 25, 30 minutes of it, and I was like, wow, this is really, really good.
Already got you $3 worth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to beat it.
Cool.
So it's pretty wild. Definitely not a game that I play. Very opposite of the types of games that I play.
You're slowly transitioning into first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a
You're
way for
getting
you
all
to
these
actually.
different core fundamentals up.
Yeah, I was just thinking like it would be cool if there were a service that could give you access to a lot of titles that aren't normally the games that you typically play,
Sure.
but like without a very big investment up front, you have
Yeah.
the opportunity to go back and.
Oh, Game Pass. Talking about Game Pass.
Oh, I guess I am. I wasn't
Imagine.
even thinking of it. I was just totally. That's interesting.
I don't know. I had it for a while. That's the thing is like I couldn't even be bothered to download half the games that even look semi-interesting. It had to look actually
Yeah,
interesting.
you know, half of the games that look semi-interesting on Game Pass are still several games.
The
I
cool
suppose.
thing about Game Pass right now is they're partnering with both EA and Ubisoft to deliver you older games.
Really? So like all the Wait, are all the CODs on there?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is Call of Duty's getting added to that too. 'Cause
Wait, is it?
Activision.
Because I've been wanting to play through all the COD campaigns.
I don't know
and
if
they
all
still
the
only go for
campaigns-
sale at half off. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying $30 for a game that's
Yeah.
15 years old.
Right. I don't know if all the campaigns are on there, but the new one's going to be on there.
I'm surprised
That's
if they
cool.
wouldn't make a campaign collection, like an MCC, but
That'd
for
be
COD.
cool. That'd be really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like for both, like lineages, Modern Warfare and Black Ops.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so that's what I'm playing. Played some more League. Finally hit plat in TFT.
First time ever.
I mean, it's new plat.
No, he's been plat before.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
I've been
that's awesome.
diamond before,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but like Emerald now is actually where I need to be
Hmm.
to be like anywhere near like my peak.
When's the new set come out? Because I might
In 2 weeks,
2 weeks. Okay. So
and
the
I just hit plat.
okay.
So
So
which
then
is
it
at
gets-
decline
It gets reset.
600. I had to decline like 600 LP.
I think I want to recommit to TFT.
Next set,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is moving. Chris had just put a petition in Discord to move our TFT nights from Mondays to Tuesdays, which is why I have not been in them because I've been here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But to move
Patch
them
notes
to
is more important.
Tuesday nights, that's right.
Go.
I might be able to do every other Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's a shot.
But yeah, TFT, great game. Those of you who have not seen it or played it, it's chess mechs with Texas Hold'em. Really fun.
But mostly League of Legends.
No.
No,
I mean, but like chess and Texas Hold'em, just visually.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what makes people curious, but that is the best analogy you can give it. 60%
Really?
chess, 40% Texas Hold'em. That's not fair? You don't think that's
I
fair?
like it. I like it a lot.
I'm just not going to commit to best analogy. I mean, it works.
That's the best I can give it. I'm not
Okay,
saying
that's
it
cool.
is,
Mhm.
but I'm not willing to die on that hill. But yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
What do
and
you-
it's a tactics game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is time.
But it's not turn based.
right?
But it is.
Yeah,
Tac-
kind of.
See, that's what I'm
Eh,
saying. Tactics makes you think of a turn based. when you hear that,
Yeah.
but it's not because it's
I
an
mean,
auto battler.
it's almost like a little bit of TCG too in a way. Now, granted, you can't
Yeah.
trade cards,
But it is an auto
deck,
battler.
but, yeah.
That is the actual genre of what it is, and there's only 2 or 3. I only know of 2, but I think there's a third one. I just don't know the name of it.
There's one Sam Bankman-Fried really liked.
Oh, that would be the Dota
I don't think
Dota All-Stars. Well, he loved League of Legends.
he would play the there were a couple of
Yeah,
things he
he
loved
was
that
like
he should have been
bronze.
paying more attention to than the
Yeah, you think?
yeah, a couple.
Isn't that guy just locked up forever now?
Yeah.
Why? What did he do? Oh, that's the
Sam
coin
FTX?
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. How much money did you lose in that?
Nothing. I wasn't in any of those coins that crashed.
Oh boy. What games are you playing?
So I was in an alpha for a game that you guys might be interested in
I might.
called Supervive. Have you heard of it?
No.
I've heard of that.
That is
Genre?
exciting. I've literally been in the Discord for like the last week and a half playing it with Slushy and Grego.
Huh.
And then also Pipe.
Wait. My pie?
No, Pipe.
Oh, I thought you
My
said
brother-in-law.
pie.
No,
I'm like,
Pipe.
no way. Okay. Pie.
He goes by Mr. Skinadora.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Think of Fortnite
Okay.
for format, the Battle Royale.
Okay.
Now splash in some Overwatch.
Ooh.
Now we have a hero type system.
Okay.
Right? That's a lot like Overwatch. Selection is done like Apex. So everyone has to be
Okay.
on your team or on your squad. It has to be a separate character,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
You take turns. Now, gameplay, League on a controller. Think of how you would play League on a controller.
Is it isometric?
It is isometric.
Oh.
And it's actually made by League of Legends.
I know this
devs.
game. I've seen gameplay of this.
And it is
It's
so fun.
Yeah.
It's like that cartoony.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen gameplay of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, although you can't play it on a controller, I say think of how you would play
Yes,
League
'cause
of
it's
Legends on a
WASD.
controller. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Movement
WASD.
is WSD,
Yeah.
and then the cursor allows you
Yeah.
to aim. Right.
It's like the best game that no one plays that's actually better than League of Legends. It's
well, I can't say that because I don't like League of Legends.
but it's
Like without bias, right?
Yeah.
What's the game?
Might.
You like Age of Empires 2?
Nope.
He almost has it.
OG
Let him
Overwatch?
cook. Let
Yeah.
him cook. He's cooking.
It's a large
He's pulling it
developer.
out. He's pulling it out.
Battle Right.
Battle Right.
Oh,
Yes.
It's Battle Right.
It is Battle Right.
Except,
Royale
except Battle Royale. But Battle
Yeah.
Right did their own Battle Royale.
Did they?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Well, you know why? It costs money to play it, so no one played
Nobody
it.
did.
Nope, this is
Yeah,
going to
of
go
course.
completely free to play
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Game
yeah.
Pass type
Yeah,
of stuff.
Mhm.
So
And it feels good.
it feels so good.
Is there a turning radius on characters, or can they flick 180?
I don't know.
Okay, so like in Dota,
Right.
if you click a character
Right. I
behind you,
just
he
did not
actually
pay
has to
attention
do
that.
this.
Right.
And
Whereas
then-
like in League, there's
I want to say it's instant
okay, all right.
because so the character that I like the most, her name is Jewel.
Okay.
And I feel like I was flipping back and forth
Okay.
as fast as I wanted.
All
So
right.
I don't there's not sluggishness to it.
Cool. Yeah.
Everybody gets special abilities just like in League.
Yep. Are there items?
There are items, but
Nice.
they're a lot more basic.
Okay.
Very, very basic. More like Fortnite items.
Okay. Are they more like stat sticks as opposed
They're
to actives?
stats. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're stats.
Yeah.
So there's two different types of items though. There's equipment items, and then there's like I would call like gadgets or almost
Sure.
perks. And some of the perks are passive, but a lot of the perks are actually active ones where you like click on them and,
Oh,
and
okay,
they
sure.
add to your pool of skills, right? And then the equipments that you pick up, you get boots. Everyone gets boots, and you can level up the boots by collecting more boots. So the more you all start with common boots, right? If you
Okay.
collect like 8 common boots, then it automatically transforms into uncommon. So
Sure.
it's kind of like got like team
TFT.
tactics type
Yeah,
of stuff,
yeah.
right, going on. And then you get 2 equipment slots that are custom that you pick up off the ground.
Is there pre-game selection that you do, like how we do runes in League of Legends, or no? Okay.
Mm-mm. You have to find them on the board.
Okay.
Now, there are recommended
That makes sense for the Battle
items.
Royale part of it.
So there are recommended items for each character that they will auto-grab those if they pop onto the ground, so you automatically get equipped with them.
Nice.
But if you want to do something a little more unique, you can manually
do
go
like a
pick
weird
up something and swap something out, right?
I see.
And then as soon as that's in your slot, then you just automatically collect the same item to increase its power, right? Its rarity. So you can go all the way from gray to gold, I think it is. Or red. Red might actually be the top. You did, yeah. I was hoping one of you guys were going to jump into the Discord so I could like surprise you with it, but no, it's on. Weird. Super weird. Just different timings then, I guess, because I felt like I was on all the time last week. But so the alpha went for a week and a half. It started, I think, on the 3rd of July, maybe the 2nd of July, and then went Supervive and went until like the 8th, I think. I think it ended on the weekend. Yeah, it's done. But they're coming out with the open beta now. So this was the closed alpha, or open alpha, I think they called it, because technically anybody could have gotten in, but you had to still request to get it in. And then the open beta is next month, I think, sometime. But so we'll definitely all have to jump in on that. But different from League when it comes to, I would say, team fights, is that the map actually has what's called the Abyss. So think of Smash Brothers, where you have the platform or whatever. If you fall off and like you fall into the abyss, you die. And the thing is, so that you have a glider, but everyone gets a special. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is if you get shot in the air by anything while you're gliding, you immediately die. You drop dead instant. Yeah. So gliding is super risky. However, every character has a special dash that does something, but they all get dashes. So you can use dash to like move faster than a glider over short periods. And depending on what character you have, your dash does different things too. Right. Because you like eventually your stamina will wear out, and then you drop that way. Or if you get hit, you
what
immediately
squad size? 3 or 5?
meteored. 3, 4. 4 is squad size.
Interesting. I never understand why games
2
go with 4.
or
Just
4.
go 3 or 5. I just don't
And
get it.
they even have an arena mode where I guess it plays a little like League.
Yeah, League's arena.
I
Yeah.
haven't tried it yet, but that's also only 4.
Hmm.
So I was like, because there was a couple times when my sister jumped on, and we could have had a 5-stack, and there was just no game mode to play 5,
Yeah.
so that felt bad.
5, I feel like, is like just, it's 5 or 3. I don't know why anyone's making games outside of those that are
I
multiplayer.
like 4. I really do like squads of 4. I feel like it's not too chaotic, but I always seem to have more buddies than 3 that want to play a game.
Yeah.
But characters seem very diverse. It's not 100% balanced right now. There's like a handful of characters that are pretty OP.
Yeah. How many characters do they have at launch?
So in the alpha, they had like 14.
Oh, that's not a bad number.
Heavy in DPS characters, right?
Yeah.
So they have DPS,
Well, everyone wants to do damage.
controller, and protectors, they're called, but they're tanks, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Tanks / healers.
Like paladins.
Yeah, kind of.
What is it? What does it do better than League, and what does it do worse? Even it's hard to call it a MOBA because it's more like an arena.
Personally, it's an arena.
It's
an arena.
It's like a
battle
MOBA
royale.
arena.
Yeah. It's a battle royale.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Like, tooth and nail.
It's an
like,
isometric
completely.
battle royale, right?
Yes.
But like, what do you like about it?
AWS for movement, for one.
You prefer that over
I
clicking?
hate click movement. I can't stand click movement.
Got you. You know the new mode for League of Legends is coming out next patch. The Vampire Survivors clone.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't heard about this?
Oh.
Yeah, it's using League characters but with WASD movement.
Hmm.
Oh my god, they must be like on the scent then.
I already tried it out.
Is that how do you like it?
It's weird. It's not my type of game. It's like
I
a
wonder if you'll like
a
Super Vibe
horde
then.
shoot 'em up
Mhm.
type.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
that sounds
just
really
critters
fun.
are coming from
That sounds
everywhere.
super fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fun because it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much replayability it has for me. I played one game on PBE and I'll wait for it to actually launch and then I'll grind it out.
I'll play the shit out of that.
What's
It's
cool
fun.
is that grinding it in game gives you currency out of game,
Oh.
so you can farm levels.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. But
Do you
I
think
mean,
they'll make an arena mode then with AWS movement?
no. League's engine, it's jank in my opinion. Like they just
Do you
did
think
this.
League 2 could be AWS movement then?
That would be like saying Counter-Strike is controller only. No PC players would ever play it. It would kill League of Legends.
Do you think it could be both?
Nope.
Like a setting difference
Yeah.
that you can. Yeah.
Well, wiggling in lane would be so broken for a controller player,
Yeah.
but as soon as you got out of lane, no, a KBM player would just own you with movement. But like
Well,
in lane
that's
right
the
now,
thing
the
is,
best
like,
players.
AWS, so for movement though, with a mouse, do you think they would have an advantage over click players then?
As a whole?
Yeah, for movement.
No. They would only in lane, in my opinion. You know how Zig like throws his bombs? And you got to try to dodge. Imagine if you could just input Y or X axis to dodge all that.
Mhm.
You would never get hit. Literally,
Oh.
you'd never get hit.
Well,
You just wouldn't. You just wouldn't because if you're in league, for you to place a ward, you have to move your mouse up. Well, how
Yeah.
can you move your character down if your mouse is already above you? So you have to have the time, which is why
But
there
that's
are
what I'm
some players
saying.
whose camera movement is bound to WASD, which are psychopaths, and I don't know how they do it. So they can move their camera backwards while having their mouse in front of their player. I know one person that plays like that, and he's
Interesting.
masters.
Hmm.
But yeah, so he can kite back and forth while moving his camera backwards at the same time.
that's cool.
And I only know one other person in the world that even plays like that. Technically, it is the most optimal way, but no pros do it. There's not a single pro that plays.
Because they'd have to relearn everything.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
also, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like you just
That's
don't
what I'm
learn the
saying. It'd
game
be
with that type
completely-
of.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
if
know
it's
a single.
optimal, then yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I could learn League that way then.
Yeah, but like so you bind your camera to WASD.
Yeah.
You have to rebind all your other keys around
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah, and then you use mouse just for pure movement, but no camera movement,
Mhm.
which has got to feel insane. I couldn't even imagine what that would feel like.
Yeah.
But, anyways,
So yeah, so this has you get your basic attack, which is just left click. You get a right click attack, which is like I would say your
is it
secondary.
targeted, or
It's-
can you
it's
just
all
click on them
cursor.
and it's always in range like League?
No, it shows you the league of the ability of your character's range.
So that's
or-
another large difference. Then auto attacks can miss, is what you're saying.
Yes.
They play like Zeri. You know how Zeri just shoots? Oh, you
No.
never played Zeri. Zeri doesn't lock onto a target.
Yeah.
Even her auto attacks,
Yeah, there's
they're
no
all
lock.
skill shots.
No locks, all skills.
Oh, okay.
This is a skill based
Yeah,
action,
yeah,
isometric battle royale.
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
really
saying.
weird, and I love it.
Yeah, it's not
Freaking
medium
love it.
vibe, it's super vibe.
It's
There's
super
you
vibe,
know,
yeah.
expectations.
And that's the thing is like, I don't know what it is about isometric, but it feels a lot more chill, right? Maybe just because the pacing is just a little slower than like
Well,
a shooter
it's
game.
easier to process information as
Yeah.
well.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
why I think it's, and also like watching gameplay in isometric is always
Yes.
done. Even casters will watch
Yeah.
CS:GO and Overwatch games in isometric
Right.
view.
Mhm.
And
I mean, this thing has got esports all over.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a hit. I feel.
and that's
Nice.
why I
Yeah.
like isometric. I think that's why I've always been drawn to it, because even if I want to watch isometric, I'm like, oh, it's so much easier to watch this. Like I loved Overwatch. I did have a time where I was playing Overwatch a lot, but I'm like, how could I ever watch this shit? And that was before they had the color coding.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, dude. I actually was like, this is just vomit.
I do know that I don't want to say I was unusual, and I mean, I guess most people did not like Overwatch as an esport because most people did.
It's
if
just
they did,
hard
then
to
it would have
keep up.
It is hard to
I
keep
feel
up.
the same way with Valorant.
Yeah, I'm very ADD, so I love having
Sometimes.
so much going on.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely. There is a little bit more visual clutter in Valorant.
I mean,
now
even
with some of the
CS:GO is hard
abilities,
for me, but at least it's just guns and smoke.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I could follow this a little more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you get a lot more insight into positioning
Mhm.
when you have an isometric view. So like
Yeah.
a lot of co-streamers, if they're paying attention, or coaches when they're looking at a game, a lot of the focus is on the mini map, and they'll even make
Yeah.
the mini map bigger on
Right.
their screen if they can, just because watching how everybody is moving is on the mini map is how you understand macro gameplay, micro gameplay, different kinds of strategies, rotations, and yeah, that kind of view you just can't grab with like the outlines on the other side of walls when you're
Yeah.
looking at a first person's viewpoint. So it seems cool. I should have been there to be able to check it out, but I'll watch some gameplay
Yeah,
footage.
I mean, when the open beta drops, like that's the thing too. Is
Yeah,
like
we'll
I didn't
play
want to
it.
hit you
We'll
guys
play
up without you having the ability to play either. But I was hoping I could show you some footage of us playing. But
Yeah. We'll play it.
I don't know. It's great.
I always
has
want to try
Fog
out
of
every move I
War.
can because I'm like, I just want something to feel crisp.
And it is. It feels so crisp. It feels so polished. Now, granted, like I said, there needs to be some balancing done with the characters because there are some characters that are just like, oh, here we go again, like type of stuff.
there are a lot of games that are way past beta that still have balancing
Right.
issues like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But I mean, all the mechanics are so sound. Like I never felt like I was missing shots because of the game.
Mhm.
I didn't get any stuttering personally. I don't know if anybody else in the Discord did. But characters are really easy to understand once you learn the fundamentals. Like I don't think anyone's like overcomplicated, and the way they handle the items is really nice. They do have a plethora of what I would call the perk slots, where that's where you can kind of get more customized. And I think they had like 40 perk slot items. So it's like I don't even know like half of them yet. But those are all random too, so it's just like you as a squad have to try to figure out. It's like, oh, okay,
That just saves game
who's
time.
this for best?
Yeah.
Best in slot. And then you also level up your character's like league. So you don't get all your abilities right away. You have
That's
to
cool.
choose which abilities you unlock, and you have to choose which abilities you're throwing points into after you unlock it.
Cool.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Audio is a huge factor because it plays just like any other battle royale where, well, it has the fog of war through the isometric view, but you can crouch, be silent. But
That's cool.
like audio cues give you away. Like I can tell my squad, yo, we've got somebody coming on 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Before you even see him.
Before I see them, and these guys are on this side, I'm like, we gotta swoop around based completely on audio, and it was always accurate.
Nice.
So that felt super good.
That's
And then just being able to do the skill shots, because everything had that velocity, right? Everything has different velocity. And so like me as a dual player, she's a medium range character that wants to stack static status on somebody, and as soon as that static has them slowed down, then I can unload on them with a bunch of different abilities for multiplying damage and stuff. So it just rewarded me for making those shots count when I needed them to, my special shots, and also being just aware of who I was inflicting that status to and stuff like that. So it's just
sweet.
like,
And this comes out in 2 weeks?
no, I don't know.
Beta?
I don't know when the beta comes out.
Oh, okay.
I'll let
Not
you guys
soon
know
enough
once
is
I
the
get.
answer.
No, not
Yeah.
soon.
What about
enough.
you, David?
I played Catan last night.
Nice.
That was kind of fun. Stayed up way too late.
I love
Woke up
Catan.
with my head throbbing. But yeah, it was a good time. And otherwise, I did not have quite as much time to game as I'd wished.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of pent-up demand for me getting behind a controller again. I've been playing a lot less X Defiant because once other people got good, I realized that I'm bad.
It's Call of Duty all over again.
Yeah. So that was sad. But it was really fun while it lasted. And if it becomes an esport, I might still be interested.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I have been watching a lot of Valorant.
I haven't picked up Call of Duty since X Defiant.
Oh
came
yeah?
out, yeah. Anytime I feel like the shooter,
Running and
I
shooting.
go to X Defiant.
Yeah.
So X Defiant has definitely become my shooter. I mean, and it's really easy to jump back into that, I think, at any time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's free to play.
Yeah.
So it's just like if anybody wants to play a shooter game, I'm going to say, download X Define.
Mm-hmm,
Like, it's super easy to say
I'll
that.
still play
Plus,
it.
they're adding Search and Destroy now. Did you see that?
I did not see that. I like
Yeah.
that. That is
They're
good.
calling it Bomb,
Yeah.
but it's Search and Destroy.
I'll have to try it again.
Yeah.
Because even when my mechanics are bad, when I'm playing objective, I'm still contributing.
Yeah.
There are times when I feel like I'm just doing nothing, but a lot of times I'm able. Worst case, I break out a riot shield, and if it's escort, I just run to point. And that's fun. So I do enjoy that. But yeah, watching a lot of Valorant. The Split 2 is almost over, so all of the playoff slots are very close to being decided. Right now, maybe it's already finished, but when I got here, it was map 3 between Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves, and whoever lost was going home.
Dang.
Yeah, so I actually am super curious right now. But yeah, they're NRG recently had FNS come back. FNS had been like a pretty storied IGL in the Americas, and he started streaming and was doing really well. NRG started looking really bad without him. He came back. There was a lot of hype, like this team is finally gonna, be something again. And besides like a couple flashes of excitement, it's mostly been a fizzle. They were up 12-5 against Cloud9 in map 3 with like playoff hopes on the line, and they lost 9 in a row. 9 rounds in a row. So it went from 5-12 to 14-12, and Cloud9 won. And now NRG's out.
They couldn't get one.
Yep. They couldn't get one across 9 rounds.
Why? What made them choke so bad?
If I were smarter, man, I could give you a smarter answer.
Do you even think you can choke that?
Yeah, you can choke that.
Tilt.
A lot of it is tilt, but a lot
Fair,
of it,
but they choke to get into
choking is a quick thing that happens. Tilt is a disease.
it is.
It's diagnosed early, like on round 8. It's like, we just lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Huh. And then 2 rounds later, we just lost 5 in a row.
Right.
This wouldn't have happened if you would have showed up to practice on time. We just lost 14-12.
Right.
That is not choking.
Yeah. So
who's their ringer?
Like their caller or
their best player.
Oh, their best player right now. Shoot, it's kind of hard to say. Victor is their duelist, but people thought Demon 1 was going to be better. Their best player was thought to be Demon 1 because Demon 1 has been the best player on the winning team, EG. And then when he was on the team, he was looking really bad. The system wasn't really set up for him. They were using him as like to play point, like run in and breaking lines of sight. But when Demon 1 was best back on Evil Geniuses, he had a lot less of the burden of taking first fights.
Yeah.
And so he was there in a lot of the later round plays, and his aim over the course of the round can like really flourish. So that's one argument for why Demon 1 didn't work out on NRG. Just the calling made him the entry duelist on all occasions, and he wasn't amazing at Jet and Brimstone and aiming because he was a good entry. He didn't have to entry nearly as much on EG. So that was thought to be the best player. Now it's like kind of split up. They have good personalities, but like Crashies and Victor have been there for a while, but neither of them. Sometimes they can take control of a game, but that's the same way that anybody can sometimes take control of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now it's like
I feel like most pros all have the same level of peak. It's the consistency.
Right.
It's like there are League of Legends players that can be just as good as Faker on any given day, but Faker is Faker every single day.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's
true. That's true. But yeah, so
except for the 2 years he couldn't make Worlds. But
yeah,
we won't
talk.
Bad team.
But yeah, Energy's out. Sentinel's in. Leviathan is in, at least for playoffs. And then we'll see who gets to champions after playoffs. But yeah, I'm excited. I probably want to watch the VOD of this. I know we had that conversation about like, well, it'll go back and forth. I'll see what I'm doing tonight, and then I'll have to wonder, am I as excited to watch this VOD as I would have been to just like keep watching, and we'll go over
watch
it
the
all.
highlights, man.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
or the a co-stream, a sped up.
Oh,
I can do that.
Sure.
Yeah. They won crazy. This will be the last thing I say on Valorant.
No,
but,
you're fine.
the winning round of the second map that I saw just before I got into the car, Evil Geniuses won an eco round. They had an absolutely terrible buy. They had like one rifle, maybe a Bucky, several like 3 pistols or something, and a shorty. And the shorty, like playing against a full rifle round for the other team, the shorty guy, Superman, the smoker, the Omen, was just doing this really aggressive smoke up in A main on Bind, and he just kept putting the smoke out. And he was just chilling with the shorty. Just chilling. And he ends up getting full blinded from 100 Thieves execute. Like, Boostio throws up the flash. He gets flashed. His first shot, 1 kills. And in a shorty, you only have 2 shots, right? So a lot of times it's boom, boom, and like maybe you get the 1, right? His first shot auto kills somebody. And then while he's full blind, it's a gecko blind, so you can see out of the edge of your screen. I went back and I watched this on half speed multiple times because I'm like, did he just like wait and fire a second shot randomly and then
he flicked over.
Flicked over. He could see somebody here when he was over here, and he just flicked and shot.
Oh my god!
And so he got like on their eco, he got 2 openings with a shorty, and it was awesome. It was really cool.
It's like if you're looking through the fence, you don't just like you do this.
Yeah.
So your eyes can pick up the full picture, and that's basically what it did.
Yeah.
That's badass.
That's amazing.
That was cool.
That's cool.
And you know what? Val would look even better on an OLED as opposed to an LCD screen.
Yeah, I just want to throw in a quick PSA. If your budget is over $300, it needs to be $800. And if it's not over $300, then you're fine. Do not spend anything in the middle between $300 and $800.
Unless that $800 monitor is on sale for $500. Which
no.
Point.
What?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
So you're saying
because that $800 monitor that's on sale for $500 is probably an LCD because OLEDs are taking over the
I'm
world.
I'm talking about the OLED.
Oh, what OLED monitors are on sale for? Or are you saying a hypothetical?
Hypothetical.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the reason why is anything that's under $800 is probably an LCD. Do not buy LCD monitors anymore unless you're paying under $300 for them, and do not get jebaited into thinking, wow, this thing was $1,000 and now it's $400. I should buy this.
Maybe that's because it used to be a good LCD.
No, it never was good.
Okay.
OLEDs are just embarrassing everything right now.
Yeah, one caught me naked the other day.
You can get Asus's XG27 OLED right now for $760, so it comes out to like $8 something with tax. And
what brand is that?
Asus.
Oh, okay.
And it will totally annihilate anything ever. Period. It is absurd.
Is that the QD OLED or the W?
It's a QD.
QD.
It's 240 hertz, 1440p. Now there are 360 hertz, 1440p, but this thing is bright, has good firmware, good calibration, and I'm at the point now.
You went with the LG though, right?
I did, but this is a 3rd gen panel. I have a 1st gen panel. Yeah. The LG, I'm loving the LG. You know, I haven't checked the hours I have on it. Probably close to 400 hours now. Maybe even higher, to be honest with you. It's cool. It has an inbuilt hour tracker on it.
That's cool.
For how many hours you've used it.
Crazy.
But does it give you AI info of where your enemies are?
Actually, MSI is backtracking on that really hard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because they were
pretend
basically...
that didn't happen, MSI.
Well, because they were like, oh, wait, this monitor is just going to be banned from every single...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like the EDID, I think it's what it's called. And it is going to be banned. Like, it would cost $60 for a hacker to like change the hardware info on it, and anytime you're caught, you have to pay another $60. It's like, dude, no one's going to be doing that.
Well,
but now MSI is like, oh, it can do all these things, but the reality is we're actually making it so it catches cheaters. That's why we're making it.
That's funny.
That's not even gonna happen.
That's true.
No, I actually think it got such bad blowback from like everyone, including a lot of privacy people.
Mhm.
Because like, yeah, the monitor isn't doing the processing; it's connected to a server. Because it doesn't have the power to do AI, so it has to connect, and it's like, yeah. So who's getting all the information of what you're looking at? Yeah, it's just like,
Oh, jeez.
anyways. But yeah, OLEDs.
I mean, Microsoft's doing that already, but
OLEDs are the way for gaming. Do not worry about burn-in. It's not going to be an issue.
Okay.
I've had my C1 now.
Well, that's a TV, though. TVs are different. Just saying.
Is it?
Yeah.
How different, though?
They have heat sinks.
Your LG doesn't have a heat
Nope.
sink?
Only Asus have heat sinks in
Oh.
their monitors, and not every Asus one does. But TVs have heat sinks. They also have very different firmware to control how the lighting works. They're just different. They're very, very different. Yeah. To get burning on a TV, you'd have to be watching like CNN 24/7 for all year. Even ratings
I
did
think
tests.
we all have some relatives.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because you know the big red.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one does that. So that's only if you have a display OLED, which who the heck is doing a display OLED? But yeah, so buy OLEDs. The latency is this isn't even slightly true, but it feels like it's true. You can basically double the hertz rate of a monitor that's an OLED, and that's what you're getting.
For latency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have like a 240 hertz, you're actually at 480. Because apparently
For
the
latency
UFO
purposes only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blurbuster said the new 480 hertz OLED panels, that the dual mode ones, that's the equivalent of 700 hertz.
It's crazy.
And it's still slower than a CRT.
That's amazing.
Well, you know
So,
what isn't slow?
This is just a PSA. Yeah, it's just a PSA.
I was going to say what isn't slow is Edge's progress of taking over the whole Midwest
The Midwest.
period. Yeah.
Midwest Kingdom. We launched Wisconsin Rapids 2 weeks ago. That was wonderful. Had some slight hiccups with all the new and amazing technology out there. But we got it under control. Yeah. You know, I was just talking to the owner, Thomas, and I was just telling, he's like, man, it's kind of slow the last 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, dude, it ain't raining over here. Like for customers, it's been raining here a lot in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I'm like, it's pretty much the same everywhere, and at first I didn't want to start him in summer, but he had some legitimate reasons for wanting to open in summer. But it's kind of nice because he has the newest stuff and we're getting it in Appleton and eventually here as well. So it's like, it gives us time to tweak, and I'm like, could you imagine having 12 birthday parties this weekend, having these issues? It's like, nah, there's one of the computers has a massive software issue where I have to just wipe the whole thing. We cannot figure it out.
Huh.
And they're all built exactly the same way. It's like,
Weird.
I hand built them all. Cannot figure out why it's doing that.
Corruption.
It has to be.
Yeah.
But SFC and DSIM is not fixing the issue. So I'm just going to wipe it. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here. I've already spent like 5 man hours on it. I'm not going to spend any more. I'm just
Well,
gonna wipe.
if you wipe it, then
Yeah, true. But yeah, and then the lease was agreed on for Appleton on the 1st, and then it's being signed later this month.
Great.
So that's exciting. We were planning on a December 1st grand opening, but saw that yawn. I let out a couple myself earlier. We were planning on a December 1st grand opening, but we also weren't planning on getting into a property until September. So now we
And a
might
schedule.
be doing an earlier
That's cool. That's
opening.
school time.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, it'll be slow because you don't really pick up until late December.
Yeah.
January, February, March, April. So we'll see what happens. But with that,
Could even do it like
there is possibility of actually adding a 4th location, but for EGL,
Wow.
because I would like to double it as New Tech and EGL's spot in Appleton, possibly. Where
so EGL would be separate from Edge VR?
Well, just because we don't have the space for Appleton. I mean, they are technically two different brands.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're here together.
Customers really aren't cross there.
What?
The
The customers
don't
are not cross.
cross.
No.
Yeah.
So like there is a world where it's like, there could also be like a 1,600 square foot EGL in Appleton where the Smash players can go in that corner over there, you ugly redheaded stepchild.
The Smash still digging?
Yeah. They're fine. Adrian's ready.
Is he?
He's chomping at the bit.
All right. I've been playing a lot more lately, actually.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
at work on lunch,
Yeah,
I get to play
nice.
with one of my buddies there.
That's cool. But yeah, so like it would be really cool to do a
Can't wait for
feasibility
that.
study and see if I could also do an EGL in Appleton.
Yeah.
I'd probably be looking for like for the EGL Appleton location, depending on how this year shakes out. I might even let someone go in 50-50 on it if someone in the community wants to go in on it, because it's not going to be a lot. So I might give someone, if someone wants the opportunity to like dabble in business, for like a low five figure, you know what I mean?
EGL paired with new tech keeps that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
property
to
afloat,
me,
right?
yeah. So it's like it could be good. It's just like I don't know. It's just an idea. I
Yeah.
told David to put it in the notes because I was like, whatever, just an idea. But yeah. So yeah, Wisconsin. I mean, we'll have three locations by the end of the year, which is wild.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
Huge.
In Madison, Milwaukee.
Yeah, we had I won't name the person, but we actually had someone come up to us and said, I heard what you were doing. If you guys are still looking to go to Madison in 2 years, I'd be looking to buy in.
Hot diggity.
Yeah, someone we know.
That's really
Alright.
cool.
Which was actually surprising because this person has known what we're doing for a while.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say is skeptical of it, but has never been like high praise. And now all of a sudden they're like, wait, okay.
Yes.
It's like, who is it? Palpatine. We will watch your career with much interest. So, yeah.
All people will give you
A
money when
Madison
you don't need
location
it,
is,
so.
yeah. A Madison location is a completely different animal to what we're doing here. So that would definitely require some funding beyond, I feel like,
The
what.
funding and
Yeah.
But you can't spell funding without
Fun.
Mm,
That's right.
Mhm.
So, anyways, yeah, we'll see how that all happens. That's still like 2-3 years out,
Sure.
anyways. So, but yeah. All right, I'm ready for some fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, drift in
got
time,
nothing else
boys.
to talk about today.
What?
We have nothing else to talk about.
I don't know. It's just.
PlayStation 5.
Oh, that's right. Well,
It's happening.
Well, it's not. It's not only that. It's that I've like been on vacation this week,
Me too.
but it's
I
actually
kind of was too. Yeah.
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
4th and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm kind of out of it, but I'm also like, has some like personal stuff. Nothing like crazy bad or anything, but it's just like, I'm just exhausted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm not even,
But we're sticking to the schedule.
Yeah.
we are sticking
Yeah,
to the
that's the
schedule.
point. That's
yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
Ah!
No, trust me,
Oh,
there
I-
was a small portion of me that was like, can we just do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
But I'm glad we didn't because I feel better knowing that we got in here now.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah. But no, I'm also like really hungry.
All right. Let's
So.
feast.
This has been Season 2, Episode 9 with Spino, Wolfclock, and Vindy. You have a great day and happy freedom.
Happy freedom,
Happy
everybody.
freedom.